reading you some manga stories as I do my chores in Minecraft. So yeah, this video is basically inspired by that one. Yep. The very one you were thinking about. A little bit different. It's not going to be Reddit stories. It's not going to be even a real life story. It's going to be a manga story. This is from my favorite manga known as Great Teacher Onizuka. There's a prequel of Great Teacher Onizuka, and this story is from that. So the main character's name here, Ikichi Onizuka, as the manga title suggests as well. And his best buddy is Ryuji, okay? So these two guys are like very delinquent boys type of. They want to lose their virginity. Okay, that's their main primary goal in life as a whole. Yeah, that's it. And to lose their virginity, they have to do it with a girl, obviously. You know what I mean. So this is like a very boys manga type of stuff, but it's really funny. And the manga as a whole has like many layers. It's not just, a horny manga with funny dreams of the main characters. No, it's very layered. But this video I'm only going to be showing about the funny story. So these two, like any other day, went to this normal bar where they, in hopes of getting, losing their virginity at that night, they go to this bar. Okay, now this bar that they go to is a normal one. Okay, but the people there are normal as well. There's absolutely nothing going wrong about this, but there are two girls that these, like Onizuka and his best buddy Ryuji, ends up bagging. Okay, there are these two girls, and they all lied to each other that, Ryuji and Onizuka, act like good students who like perform good in their schools and all that. And these two girls that are there, they lie that they are students as well. They went to this bar and they eat too much. Okay, they were almost going to do it. Yeah, they were almost going to have some sex and all that, but just before that could happen, Ryuji and Onizuka gets a pale stomach because they just ate so much and they had to run to the bathrooms to, get their shit done. They all come to like a group dinner, Onizuka and Ryuji and these two girls to a group dinner, okay? Now, at this group dinner, they all be having their dinners normally, but there are like some delinquents that comes up. Like this group dinner was before they went to their beds and before they, you know, oops, oh my god, oh my god. So this group dinner was before they went to their beds, before the virginity thing, before they ran to the bathroom, because this is the dinner, okay? This is where they are going to eat too much. So basically what happens is that at this group dinner, there was a delinquent that came up to them, right? And they beat the shit out of that delinquent because he like spit on Onizuka's face and something like that. And the same delinquent came to them after the bathroom as well, but they escaped or something. But ultimately what ends up happening is that Onizuka cannot hide it anymore, who he really is. And then he just beats these delinquents up and also kind of get the whole bar in shatters and stuff like that with Ryuji as well. Like Ryuji was also doing this, and the two girls saw behind their masks and they ran away. And finally, with their pale faces, Onizuka and Ryuji goes through and they, without losing their virginity, still being virgins. And that's pretty much what happens in this chapter. But next day, something happens which was like totally a plot twist. And that thing that happens is that they went to this new school. Okay, they have changed schools now, but in this new school, they come across two teachers. And the two teachers they come across are the same freaking girls who were actually in the bar with them, which means the teachers were lying too. And so yeah, that's pretty much what happened. They see the teachers, they get shocked, and now since these teachers know Onizuka and Ryuji, they try everything they have in hands of theirs to save the other girls from getting Ryuji and Onizuka, because they know Ryuji and Onizuka would only use these girls and then run away and stuff like that. Even though it might seem like seeing Ryuji and Onizuka like that, but they're still good guys and they won't do it. But still, these teachers think they might. So they try everything that they have in their hands to prevent that and to, worsen the reputations of these two guys so that no girl will go out with them. But Onizuka has a plan. Since they almost were going to do it with the teachers, actually Onizuka has this plan that what if we blackmail these two teachers into doing it with them, and if they don't do it with them, they would basically tell everybody that they were almost going to do it with them in the bar the other day. Yeah, nasty work, I know. So Onizuka is my favorite character, but not because of this all. Okay, he's a very straightforward guy actually. And this is before he had his character development at all. So this is always seen like as a mistake, one of his mistakes of his youth going too crazy, and not actually a movement that he appreciates or anything like that. But you get my point, the moral understanding of this. But what ends up happening is that they blackmail the teachers about this, okay? And the teachers now have to listen to them because what can they do anyways, right? So what ends up happening is, well, the teachers set up this hotel room. So they set up this hotel room where they are finally going to do it with the teachers, okay? And at the last moment, Ryuji leaves his room, okay, thinking that I'm not as evil as Onizuka. And he leaves the room, okay? He does not go in the whole room, and he just leaves it, okay? Onizuka, on the other hand, though, he goes in, okay? He, he goes in to do it with his teacher. But what ends up happening is another twist. What ends up happening at last is that these two teachers actually set it up the place, set it up the hotel, and instead of the teachers in the whole room, there was a gay man, who was like fully bulked up and stuff like that, who was in this whole room, okay? And that dude basically did an attempted grape on Onizuka. Yeah, that went dark very fast, but luckily Onizuka here is a strong guy of ours, okay? So he somehow manages to get out of there. That guy was like, oh hey, be here, you just stay where you are, or I'm going to kill you. Just stay where you are as I, start to do it with you. But somehow Onizuka beats that guy up after a lot of, work and all that. And he goes out to that teacher. After like Onizuka starts to scream and all that. The teachers were like hearing it from the outside. So the teacher who was meant to do it with Onizuka comes up to like, stop the guy and all that. But before that could happen, Onizuka's already beaten up the guy. And he's in like full motivational stuff. Like he's like, hey teacher, no, you gotta do it with me. And he like starts to walk up dramatically in front of the teacher and then falls on the ground because he has already fought the gay dude who was too masculine and all that, too balls up and all that. So yeah, that's what ends up happening pretty much. So instead of blackmailing and actually getting out of the way with it, he has to face this. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Pretty crazy story, I know, all right? So yeah, that's what ends up happening with them. And after a few days, Onizuka to like talking to Ryuji and all that about this, and he's like, oh my god, it still hurts in my, asshole. It's still hurting. I got wounded, a little bit hurt in back there and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the story as a whole. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if you did or not. I don't know if fits your humor or not, but what is this? I don't know. Like I don't generally play newer versions of Minecraft. Just play, the old versions. That was it for this video, I guess. See you in the next one. See ya.